Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Briscoe, the owner and clinic director of East Texas Institute of Natural Healing, and today I want to talk to you about fats. Now here's the little secret, okay, and I don't know if you're ready for this or not, but this is the skinny on fat. Okay? If you want to lose fat, you have to eat fat, the right kind of fat. So there's 70 to 100 trillion different cells in your body, and all of them need fat to function correctly. Most of the cell membrane is made of fat. So you must have fats in order to carry the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K throughout your body. Okay? Your immune system and nervous system, your brain, they all need fat. Cardiovascular health needs fat. Okay? Even bone health needs fat in order to take the calcium out of the bloodstream and put it into your bones. But also fat is definitely necessary to help aid detoxification. And another point is that fat is very, very, very important for hormone production. So there's two problems though that I see with my patients, that I see in America, and that's you've been told to restrict your dietary intake of fat to a bare minimum, or you're eating too much of the wrong kinds of fat. Okay, so either way, you're going to create deficiencies and imbalances in the proper ratios. And so, to be honest with you, there's actually even a third problem, and that's you've been taught to be scared of saturated fat. Now, all fats and oils are a combination of both saturated and unsaturated fats. So how they categorize is based on which fatty acid is more predominating. So, for example, olive oil is mainly monounsaturated fatty acids. So it's going to be classified as monounsaturated fat. Some fats are more or mainly polyunsaturated fatty acids. So they're going to be classified as polyunsaturated fats. So animal products and tropical oils like coconut oil and palm oil are mainly saturated fatty acids. So they're going to be classified as saturated fats. Okay? So yes, you heard me correctly, I did say the S word, saturated fats. Believe it or not, we do need saturated fat in our diet. Okay, so saturated fats will help conserve essential fatty acids, so your body will utilize fatty acids more efficiently. So when you have adequate amounts of saturated fat in your diet, your body will use the essential fatty acids more efficiently. Okay, so what are these essential fatty acids that you hear me talking about? Well, you may have seen them abbreviated as EFAs, but these essential fatty acids are more commonly known as like the omega-3s, the omega-6s. Okay, so they are essential because your body can't make them. So you must obtain them from foods like seeds and nuts, green veggies, wild fatty fish, wild game meat, grass-finished beef, organ meats, free-range chicken, and eggs. Alright, so omega-3s are typically going to be touted as being superheroes, and the omega-6s unfortunately get mixed reviews. But the problem is that we need both of them, both the omega-3s and omega-6s, but we're getting too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3s. And so the average American's diet has a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 that is 16 to 1. And for some people it's even higher, as high as 25 to 1 or even 50 to 1. So, but the recommended healthy ratio for omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids is about 4 to 1 on average. Okay? So we're getting too much omega-6 from vegetable oils and processed packaged food. And as a sidetrack here, did you know this information that most Americans get omega-6s from soybean, corn, canola, cottonseed, sunflower, peanuts, and safflower oils? So we're getting too much omega-6s also from this partial hydrogenation of vegetable oils, which eliminates their omega-3s and turns them into trans fats, trans fatty acids. Okay, so eating also, we get too much omega-6s from eating commercial meats which are not free range or grass finished, and also from eating farm raised fish versus wild fish. So what does refined and processed really mean for these fats? Well, these seeds, like the soybean, the safflower seeds, so on and so forth, these seeds are treated with high heat, solvents, bleaches, and other chemicals in order to extract enough oil from those seeds. So who's really to blame here? You know, the problem may lie more in that you are getting your omega-6s from these toxic, damaged, highly processed, and overheated vegetable oils which contain rancid omega-6s, rather than the problem being the omega-6s themselves. So when you buy oils, you want to make sure that the label reads unrefined. Okay, so FYI for you is that extra virgin olive oil is unrefined regardless if the label shows you that information or not. Okay, but also since oils can become rancid easily, it's also a good idea to keep them or store them in the refrigerator once they are opened. Okay, so absolutely the thing to avoid is the trans fats, folks. Okay, this is like the hydrogenated oils, the partially hydrogenated oils, butter spreads, margarine. Okay, years ago, supposedly a doctor by the name of Dr. Clarence Gonstead used to say that these fake fats, these trans fats, this margarine stuff, they weren't good for anything except greasing wagon wheels. Okay, so that gives you any idea on that. So we really just need to get that stuff out of restaurants, get that stuff out of grocery stores, and you would be better off. So just avoid those trans fatty acids and get the good kinds of fats going in, okay, including that saturated fat, but still limiting it, okay? But so once again, you know, I want to challenge you. I want you to dare to become the greatest version of yourself, okay? So in good health and loving service, God bless. I'll see you next time.